So you know that feeling when you realize like you have like messed up big time? Mine involves handholds, like pool water, and a crew drilling underwater like it was no big deal. But let me just back up a bit. Let me do one of my favorite things I've been doing for years in these videos. Give you a chance to win $500 for supporting the channel. Anybody in the world can enter. We made it super easy. Leave a comment down below. Tell me your favorite backyard tech, your favorite piece of tech. Tell me something about yourself. Just make sure you leave your social handle either in the comments or if I click the link, a way to contact you. Let this run for 10 days up to anyone in the world. Also give the video a thumbs up. All information you need will be in the description down below. A few months ago, I started like a little experiment. I wanted to see how much of my life I could automate without a feeling like I've given up like a ton of control. Smart lights were easy. Robot vacuums, that was obvious. But then I took a look outside. It's starting to warm up here in Southern California. The backyard is usually where tech goes to die. What happened next, I think, is kind of ridiculous and also kind of perfect. So I grew up in Southern California. I grew up with two sisters and a pool in my parents' backyard. And some of my best memories that I have are me and my sisters spending hours in the water during those like nice summer days, before phones, before schedules, just chlorine, popsicles, and cannonballs. And then as I got older, my dad used to just hand me like a net. He used to yell at me to go out and clean the pool. I'm in tech. We live in the tech age. I figured there had to be robots that could make that part of owning a pool a bit easier. Enter this video's sponsor, Beatbot, which you've probably heard of. It makes the best, and I think some of the most high-end pool cleaning robots in the business. So like knowing what I needed for the pool, and then after 5 years of saving, budgeting, and putting off basically every other home upgrade to make it happen, we finally were able to build our dream pool and have the perfect way to clean it without breaking my back or my kids. And I learned something, that building a pool is absolute and utter chaos. Nobody, no matter how many people you talk to, tell you how complicated it is or just how many weird decisions you're gonna have to make. Things like tile color, pump size, and what shade of blue you want the water to be. And those handholds I was talking about. So we asked for handhelds to be right at the water line. So like in case the kids were having trouble swimming, they could grab it, or if they got tired, keep it a little safer in the pool. We thought that was a simple request. Turns out, not so much. Somehow they forgot to install them. They installed and we forgot to ask about it. So picture this: grown men in swimsuits standing on submerged ladders, drilling to a brand new pool. Again, after it was filled, it was like watching someone do surgery underwater with a power tool. We kept asking them, like, is it safe? Like, electricity and pools did not seem like something that was a good idea. They did it, and it worked. Nobody got electrocuted. We got all that stuff done, and we built like a little water slide in our backyard. And that kicked on for the very first time after we built the pool. And I heard the whoosh of the water. My kids like screamed in excitement, and suddenly it felt like worth it. That was probably my first like wow moment here. Like that was the dream. And I thought, okay, like I feel like we made it here. And then the leaves came. So it turns out like the beautiful shade trees that we kept around the pool, they shed like the shaggiest dog. Constantly things in our pool. Leaves, bugs, like made the pool look like just sad and dirty after the slight gust of wind. And the surface of the water was just absolutely always covered. Obviously, you want to protect your investment. Like pools are expensive, and if you've got one, like the last thing you want is just to let it chill and turn into a swamp. So like having like a solid cleaner matters, not just to keep things looking nice, but to protect something you've already spent a lot on. Beatbot's been around in the space for a long time, especially at the high end. It's not the cheapest option out there, but it's built like something that's meant to last. So Beatbot sent over a couple of their pool robots, and I figured, all right, like, let's see what these things can actually do. And right away, what threw me off was they didn't like look like pool gear at all. So the big one It's called the AquaSense 2 Ultra. So it kind of just blends in. It's low profile. It doesn't scream like I'm a robot. And honestly, I think it looks pretty slick, kind of sitting in the water. Not something that I really ever thought I'd say in a million years about a pool cleaner, but you know, here we are. Later, I found out it's actually designed to mimic a turtle's back, like the shape of it, how it even kind of moves throughout the water. So like the AquaSense 2 Ultra is like clearly at the top, but like right below it is the AquaSense 2 Pro. I did a whole video breaking down the two robots and comparing them and showing the differences. I'll link to that video down below if you're interested. But the highlights between the two, they both look really good, but the difference is in motors and sensors and batteries and kind of a few other key components, but they will absolutely clean your pool and look awesome while they're doing it. They're also the first to use this IMR tech, usually something you see in like car parts. So it is way more durable and doesn't scratch up easily, but also it looks clean and polished. They thought about little things like the buttons are easy to use, like the soft glow from the lights I think is a nice touch. Even the wheels and brushes feel like they were actually made for real world use and the gross stuff in my pool, not just to look good in like a product shot or marketing materials. It feels like a piece of gear made by people who actually use this stuff. My favorite though, a sweet spot in my heart that takes all the leaves off the surface I don't have to deal with anymore, is my iSkim Ultra. And that thing handles the surface, solar powered, and kind of effortlessly glides around like a chilling sea turtle. The AquaSense 2 Ultra, that one's a beast. That one will clean the floor, the walls, the water line, even climbs up. It's got the kind of tank treads, make it look like a, I don't know, like a tiny pool tank. The first time I dropped it in though, in all honesty, I didn't trust it. I kind of kept checking on it like I was, I don't know, like a new parent watching a new babysitter. You know, did it stick? Did it work? Did it short out? Throwing tech in the pool still seems weird. But then like a week hit, in 2 weeks, and I kind of realized something weird. I wasn't thinking about it. It was just like always clean. And like after time, after storms, after breezes, after parties, after kids who forgot to rinse sunscreen off and definitely brought half the yard in the pool with them, it still looked clean. And honestly, the robots are smarter generally than I am. They map the whole pool with sonic sense, plan their cleaning paths, and like they're kind of look like they're solving a maze. And they move in patterns that make my old skimming sessions with the net look like caveman work. And they also gave me a bit of like mental space. I'm no longer managing my pool like it is a full-time job. Kind of living the dream I thought I was gonna have when I bought the pool, when I paid for the concrete and the tile. And it's easy to talk about smart homes. There are millions of videos online to talk about it, but a smart backyard is rare. And sort of that's what this gave me. Not just a cleaner pool, but honestly like a quieter mind. So yeah, Beatbot did send these robots over and I appreciate them sponsoring this video, but somehow they turned my pool from a constant chore, something that actually takes care of itself. It's one of the few times that tech quietly did exactly what was promised. No fuss, no drama, just like legit results. If you have a pool, you already know the struggle. And if you don't, honestly, this still might be one of the coolest little upgrades that I've ever made out back. Actually, lets me enjoy the thing that I spent 5 years saving for instead of like just cleaning it. If you do want to check out or learn more, all links are in the description. And again, these work how they're supposed to. They look really good in their space. They don't look like weird robotic blobs. They look like they belong in a modern backyard, in a smart backyard. And again, these are products that Beatbot delivered that do exactly what they are supposed to. And if you do want to check any of these out, all links you want will be down in the description.